What's up, guys? Here for you today with 17-1 SnD on Hijacked with the Scorpion. I'm gonna get my class setup out of the way. For my perks, I'm using lightweight, flak jacket, toughness, and extreme conditioning. For my equipment, I'm using a nade and a stun, and on my Scorpion, I'm using extended clip and laser. So in this video, I'm just gonna go over some of the recent patch notes that have come out, and I'm gonna be focusing on weapons because that's what I care about the most. I'm just gonna go through the list and give some of my opinions. So let's get started. This is a decently long list. So for the SMGs, we have the MSMC and the PDW. The recoil has been increased and the hipfire accuracy has been slightly reduced for both of them. I was using the MSMC earlier. Didn't notice too much of a difference. It didn't ruin the gun, but I thought the guns were fine the way they were. There were plenty of other guns that could have made changes to make the game more balanced other than these guns, but that's just my opinion. For the pistols, we have the Cap 40s. When you're using the dual wield or akimbo attachments, whichever one you want to call it, the damage is reduced and the hip fire accuracy has also been reduced. That's a step in the right direction, but to be honest, there's so many secondaries in this game that are ridiculous that this doesn't really make much of a change. People will probably just put like B23R dual wield or TAC 45 dual wield instead of these, but I like that they did something towards these because a lot of people were giving complaints about these weapons, especially around the competitive scene. A lot of people are using them, so I'm glad they addressed those. For the attachments, we have the millimeter scanner, and now cold-blooded renders enemies almost completely invisible to the millimeter scanner. Excuse me. And I thought that's what it should have done in the first place, but I watched a test video from, I think it was Nadeshot, and it was pre-patch, and the difference when someone didn't have cold-blooded and someone did have cold-blooded to the MMS was not that big of a difference. So I'm glad that they also made cold-blooded more effective towards it, but to be honest, there's no need for an attachment that can see through a wall in this game, or in any game. I don't even think the attachment should even be in this game. For the light machine guns, we have the LSW and the hammer. On both those guns, the medium range damage was increased. They were fine the way they were, personally. That's how I feel. But if there was any light machine gun that needed to be changed, it was the MK48. That thing is a slow fire rate, but it's powerful as hell. And it has a 100 bullet clip. And if you put dual band on that thing, it's ridiculous. They should probably address that in the next patch. But I doubt they will, because, they're always right, apparently. So, whatever. The FAL and the SMR, if you're using the select fire attachment, the damage is reduced. Even though people can just substitute something for select fire or take it off and put another whatever they want. And anyone with a half decent trigger finger can shoot it semi-automatic and still win pretty much every gunfight, because they are both pretty ridiculous weapons, especially the FAL. So with those guns, the problem does not lie in the attachment, it lies in the gun. For the Type 25, they've increased the movement speed and the medium range damage, which is nice because the Type has always been a sort of a weaker gun in my opinion. So it's nice that they made that gun a little bit stronger. Anything can help with that gun. It's an alright gun. And the Scar and the SWAT, they increased the long range damage, which they're both pretty good guns. In the beginning, I hated the Scar, but I've actually come to like it. And the fact that they did something to improve the damage long range is pretty good. I like that. I like that they addressed that. For the shotguns, the M1216, the automatic shotgun, the increased medium range damage, I don't agree with that. It was already annoying enough, and now it's even more powerful, but at least they didn't, to be honest, they should have nerfed the Remington if they were going to do anything to shotguns. And for the sniper rifles, the ballista, if you're using the iron sight attachment, the idle sway is reduced. Whenever I use the ballista, I just get hit markers anyway, so I'm just going to use the DSR, so I'm really indifferent towards that. But this gameplay is coming to a close. This is how it was in this game, if you didn't notice, for the first round and a half. Shout out to him. I'll put his channel in the description. You can check him out. He also plays SnD a lot. He only uploads SnD. Why did I say that? But as always, I hope you guys have a great day.